that was Mason Total, What You Want. So March 6, 1857 or thereabouts, the Supreme Court made the Dred Scott decision, which basically said that no white man, that a black man doesn't have any rights at all, that a white man is inclined to have to respect because he was not a citizen. That he had no rights at all, that white men or the white citizenry was bound to respect. What we saw at that pier in Montgomery was a version of that playing out. Look at the circumstances behind what happened that day. Look at the circumstances. It was a black man in authority telling white men that they couldn't do something. And look how fast they acted angrily. Look how it escalated. Was it an attack, or was it an affront, or did he do something ridiculous or obnoxious, or did he refuse to obey them? No, he merely told them that they were not allowed to do something. And look how violent they become. Look how violent they became. They came from everywhere. Nobody asked what was going on. They saw a white man attack a black man. Another white man rose and attacked him too. And I have no doubt that that man will be dead absent the actions of others. Because that, ladies and gentlemen, is what plays out across this country historically, has always played out. Look how little provocation it took to be lynched. You could wink, or you could walk down the wrong street, or you could not be deferential enough, or you could smile, and it could cost you your life. You could be jogging in the wrong neighborhood, and it could cost you your life. You could be on a train and acting in a way that other people thought was suspicious, and it can cost you your life. You could be in the wrong apartment or the right apartment at the wrong time. You could be in your house playing video games, and it could cost you your life. You could be selling cigarettes or counterfeiting a 20 or writing a fake check, because there are those in this country who believe that there are no rights that a black man house has that they are bound to respect. And absent action on those other people's parts, I have no doubt that those men would have taken it too far, like they always do. We have children that are dead in the streets right now because they didn't stop for a man who asked them where they were going, and they were eating Skittles. We have women who are dead right now who have stopped the police because they didn't have a turn signal, or because they forgot their wallet, or because they were disrespectful doing a traffic stop. As a matter of fact, when interacting with a policeman, what are parents often admonished for their children to be taught? To be respectful, to be deferential. Because in this country, there are a great many people who believe that we do not have the rights that you are bound to respect. When they're talking about disenfranchising people who are elected, who are they talking about? Where did they do the recounts at? What were they trying to get them to do? When this election is being challenged as illegitimate, why? What happened as a result of that? They changed the rules because they believe we do not have any rights that they are bound to respect. The most frivolous of ways, the most innocuous, the most small interaction could result in very negative consequences, and have historically. On that pier played out a version of what America has always seen, that black people have no rights that they are bound to respect. So what, he wear uniforms? Do you know how many black men came back from the war wearing uniforms and were lynched just because they were wearing uniforms? Look at the first black president. When they first these open carry laws, the prelude to that was a Tea Party who walked around outside of political speeches fully armed, because they truly believe that there are no rights that we have that they are bound to respect. You look at that incident, and it is not new. It is retro. It is played out over and over again. The difference, you could be on a train acting erratically, and some man can hold you to death by your neck for 15 minutes while other people look around. And what is your offense? Acting erratically? And they not only will nothing happen to him, but he'll be hailed as a good Samaritan. That is hardwired in America. It is hardwired in white guys, some of them, to believe that we have no rights they are bound to respect, and they can do anything to us. Absent interaction by those people, those bystanders who interceded, I have no doubt that we'd be having a very different consequence. We'd have a very different conversation. We watch men kneed to death in front of our very eyes. We watch men choke to death in front of our very eyes. Because in the end, it takes so little to provoke them to that much anger. So little to provoke them to acts of violence. All you have to do is black and tell them no or do something they don't like, and it can result in things like this. The only thing that stopped us from having a far worse tragedy was people finally saying no. Whether you recognize our right or not, we are interceding on someone else's behalf. Otherwise, I firmly believe we would have a very, very different interaction today. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the DL Hughley Show.